So 2024 has been a transformative year for me in property, from completing on the block of 4 flats in Halifax in January to successfully running my spare room as a service accommodation, having it up on Airbnb and booking.com for a whole year, and also having done 2 property talks as well. It's been a year of big wins, but also valuable lessons as well. So let's look at the highlights, the setbacks, and what's in store for 2025. Let's go. Let's go through the highlights. So the first highlight for me was completing on the block of 4 flats in Halifax at the beginning of the year. So this was a property deal that I did with my younger brother. So it was my first joint venture partnership, and we actually viewed it in October of last year, and it took 3 months to complete. We were really happy with this deal because it cash flowed pretty well, but then also there's a potential to actually refinance and either pull out all or most of our money out of the deal. So the whole block of 4 flats we purchased for £340,250 with a gross rental income of just under £28,000. However, we purchased it under freehold titles. So our strategy will be to title split these flats and looking at comparables in the area for similar flats. And we've totaled up what the intrinsic values is going to be of the 4 flats. We believe we could get a total valuation of around £500,000, which will enable us to pull up all of our money out of the deal. It's been great for us because we've had it now renting smoothly since January. It's been cash flowing pretty well, and we're excited to see what we can do with it in the very near future. In addition, I've also had my spare room now on Airbnb and booking.com for a whole year. So I initially put up my spare room on both these platforms last December. So it's been running for a period of 12 months now, and it's been running extremely well. My review ratings on both Airbnb and booking.com have been really good, and I've done that by ensuring that I'm giving any guest that stays here a good experience. So I make sure the property is clean, I make sure they know what they have access to, and then I also provide them with small additional things that I know that they will like. For example, I will have tea, coffee and chocolate in the kitchen, which they have access to, which wouldn't have been part of the initial description. So this has enabled me to make decent additional income every single month. Now also this year on Airbnb was provided with a super host status as well. And this was due to the fact that I've been getting regular bookings and been getting very good reviews. And this has actually enabled me to get more bookings. I've also done 2 property talks this year as well. So I've spoke about my background, how I acquired my first property, and then how I was able to scale to 6 properties within a short period of time. And this has been amazing, just sharing my experience and what I've learned along the way. And this has also enabled me to build up more connections and build my personal brand as well. I also want to talk about some challenges and setbacks I've had this year as well. So since the purchase of the block of 4 flats, I've also been looking for other properties as well. So I've been going up north, looking at different cities. So I've been up to Hull, I've been up to Leeds, I've been up to Chesterfield, and I've put in offers on the properties that I've viewed there. However, they've all either been rejected or the vendor has just put the property back off the market due to extenuating circumstances. This can obviously be a little bit frustrating, but I think now at the stage I'm at in property, I understand this comes as part of the property world. And when you're investing in property, not everything will go your way. It's just enabled me to understand that I just need to keep going and keep looking. And I know that in time, I'll be able to find more deals that I will be able to close in on and will be successful, as my last one has been. Another thing that's also been a bit of a struggle as well is actually managing the time. Those of you that have been following my YouTube channel, you'll know that I do work a 9 to 5. I work for a fintech company, and then I also invest in property as well around that. So managing both those key things, and then also having a social life as well, and then making sure I make time for fitness in the gym has been a challenge at times. I did actually suffer from burnout a few months ago as well, where I actually had to take a few days out of doing absolutely nothing just to ensure that I was back on track and recovered. So this has been something that's been a little bit of a struggle as well, and I definitely want to ensure that next year I'm managing my time better. So what's next for 2025? So for me, the first thing is to actually grow my property portfolio. So I want to keep expanding on what I have at the moment, increase the income that I'm receiving from property. My goal really is to double the income that I receive from properties. And one way I'll be doing that is to look to split the titles on my block of 4 flats as well. The plan is to start that process mid next year and hopefully have it done and completed by the end of next year. I'll also be looking at new ventures as well. So not just buying property deals, but how I can actually add more value on my YouTube channel, but even outside of that, that's going to be a key area of focus for me too. And again, I want to do more property talks. The 2 property talks I did were extremely beneficial. I saw that people got a lot of value from it. So I definitely want to be able to incorporate more of that next year as well. I want to improve my work-life balance as well, which I've mentioned. And the last thing I want to do is just to continue pushing myself out of my comfort zone. So I definitely have done that this year, and I want to just continue to build and do that. So that's my highlights in 2024, some of the challenges and setbacks that I've encountered, and then also what I've got planned for next year as well. I want to thank you all for all your support, all of you that are watching this video, everyone that's commented, liked, anything that supported me on my property journey. It is much, much appreciated. I wish you all a great New Year's. Let's make 2025 the best year that we've ever had in property and in life in general. So if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like. And if you found value from this video or any other video in this channel, then do subscribe as well. And until next year, happy investing.